The town of Niagara-on-the-Lake has a lot going on with it. We've got the Lord Mayor, David Eke, here. We're going to talk about Niagara-on-the-Lake, and one of the new things in Niagara-on-the-Lake, David, is your transit system. Tell us about that.
Well, we're launching our first ever transit system in the town of Niagara-on-the-Lake, commencing Monday, April the 2nd, and we are going to have a public launch for this on March the 27th at the Niagara-on-the-Lake Community Center, and at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. in the morning, and certainly politically we'll have a number of people there, but certainly invite all residents to come down, inspect the buses, join us for a coffee, take a look at the routes, and become familiar with the transit system, and hopefully we can answer their questions to start this off on the right foot.
And David, this in time will meld into the regional transit system, will it?
It will. It's a linear feeder system that really starts in Old Town from the courthouse. It goes up through Virgil and then goes right up to Niagara College. And so it's a linear route that connects those three venues in our community. It does take on busing becomes apparent as the demand changes. So we have really broken down into two programs from October the 15th through May 15th. What we've got is a 1 hour busing system that will leave from the Old Town at the courthouse on Queen Street. It goes up into our town to the community center. It'll make that transit stop, and then it'll go forward up Highway 55 to Niagara College. And there at Niagara College, we can link into St. Catharines Transit, Welland, and Niagara Falls. And eventually, I would think that if it continues, the Niagara Regional Transit as well. We also have goals and objective of linking in with GO Transit that would go to Toronto. So this will be an hourly run. Each and every hour it'll come by, and it will commence at 7:45 a.m. in the morning and run till 6:45 in the evening. And it's certainly we feel will provide that linkage that our residents require. We heard loud and clear during the election campaign in the fall of 10, that we wanted a transit system in Niagara-on-the-Lake, and we feel we're going to fulfill that need and that obligation.
Very good. David, I don't know of any transit system on the planet that makes money. Will the taxpayers have to subsidize this beyond the fares? They will, won't they?
Well, because this will be an official transit system that will start from an A to B and run on a regular schedule, we'll be able to apply for provincial gas tax funding. So when we take a look, the system will basically, we feel, will cost about $466,000. When we take into account what we feel that we can reclaim from the provincial gas tax and our fares, we believe that to the taxpayer it will be some $62,000 of cost. And when you take a look at a population of 15,400 people, we're looking roughly about $4 a year per resident in the town of Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Very good. You know, David, I don't think I'm alone when I have always thought of Niagara-on-the-Lake as a beautiful town, but with a lot of more senior people, retired people. Where did the push come for transit?
Well, really, as you say, we have an aging demographic, but we're also encouraging young families because we do want to have that cross pollination of generations. And but the youth, when we take a look at the students, and then when we take a look at seniors who perhaps may be giving up their vehicles, they want to know that there's some alternative methods of transit that they can move around our beautiful community.
Very good. And you don't know the fare yet, do you?
I do. The fares will be $3 per one-way trip. Children under 12 and under will require the accompaniment of an adult, and children under 5 will ride for free. And we will honor within our own system transfers. And We are currently analyzing, when I say we had the 3 points of transit intersections, the courthouse, our community center, and the college, we are currently reviewing where we might add stops, and that involves some public feedback, as well as some of those roads are regional roads, so we need input from the region, and then final approval by our town council. But we are opening up on our website in the town. It'll be fully open for comments, concerns, issues, and we want to be very sensitive to provide the needs that will meet the customer's requirements.
Very good. Also, this weekend, Dave, you got a big concert coming up. The Tragically Hip is coming to the town of Niagara-on-the-Lake. It almost, there's a real dichotomy there. But that's not a town event, is it?
No, actually, the Tragically Hip will be coming to Niagara-on-the-Lake in the summer, and it'll be on June the 30th. That will be a Saturday evening, and it will be located on the Commons ground, and that Commons ground is owned by Parks Canada. So basically, this is a Parks Canada initiative, and the town has been involved to ensure that we meet the needs of and flow of some 20,000 people that they expect. We did have to amend our noise bylaw from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the request of Parks Canada, and that's been completed. So they have a very upstanding promotional group, the Tragically Hip, that been in the business for 25 years, seem to recognize the needs and overcome those. For instance, parking, they're already looking at parking at Niagara College, out at the airport, busing in to minimize that concern of traffic congestion. And so I feel very confident. Everybody's very excited in the town. I hear nothing but positive comments, and really, really looking forward to it. And that happens to be the next day, of course, is Canada Day, right. July 1st. So we're bringing another element to the town, another demographics from probably 25 to maybe 45 or 50. So again, we're going to attract people that perhaps have never experienced Niagara-on-the-Lake, and we think this is a win-win for everyone.
Sure. So if they want tickets, they just contact Parks Canada.
That's correct. And I think you just Google Tragically Hip, and
right.
It'll be there immediately on the website.
There are a lot of hip fans around. I know that.
For sure.
David, let me touch very quickly. There's something that's been floating around the town and the region concerning the territory, the land of Isaac Brock. Now, you know what this is. I'm not sure I fully understand it, but there are some allegations that some historic property will be developed.
I think you're referring to the fact that with the opening of our new community center, we provided a venue for lawn bowling, and we have actually artificial turf. It's a fabulous facility, and it moves from probably 100-year-old time that it resided down on Regent and Johnson Street. And that property will now be surplus to us. Some people feel that it should become another park, and we have been open. The staff have looked at it as probably an infilling thing with residential to blend in with the area. We do have many green spaces in Niagara-on-the-Lake, and certainly to say Brock was there, I mean, Brock was everywhere in our town, to be quite honest with you. But we have many other venues that waterfront properties that people would like us to see us buy and whatever. So this is a very valuable asset that we need to decide whether we divest it for housing or whatever. We have offered those people to sit down and work with them to try to come up with ways and means that could purchase that, so that, as I say, we can use that asset with a small town and use that for other things that people would like.
It's fascinating how the town is changing under your leadership and what your council is doing. David, I want to thank you for coming. We'll have you back soon to update us further.
Thank you very much.
Are you a Hip fan?
You know what? I'll tell you, my son-in-law hasn't missed a Hip concert, so I'm close to it. But
very good.
I guess I'm one of the age groups that could be outside, but I actually looking forward to it. I enjoy music, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing the Tragically Hip.
Thanks. Good seeing you again. Take care.
Thank you.